I'm now going to go in and hit go live. We should be live. Hello, everyone. Type into the chat. Let us know if you can see us, you can hear us.
I'll type in chat as well.
Yes, very exciting. I don't know, like we always want to check because, I mean, you had a bad experience once, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was one of my first ever webinars, and I thought that everything was going so well. And then I hop back into the chat for 5 minutes and everyone's saying, your screen is broken, you're sharing the wrong microphone, like it's all messed up. So now we always ask at the beginning. Everyone's saying they can see and hear us. So Tim says that, Lizzie, Ken, Frank. All right, cool, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Cameron.
I'm Jess, and really looking forward to today's workshop. One last question for you, though. Very curious, where are you guys tuning in from? Because one of my favorite parts of this webinar is seeing where everyone is, and we get people from almost every continent.
Yeah, we get people from all over the world, from 4 or 5, or even 6 different continents. So let us know in the chat. I think that some of you are doing this already. Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada.
Nice.
Jess is from Canada, so she's always excited about that. Hereford, UK. Worcester, UK, Colorado, AJ, Toronto,
Nice.
Castle Rock, Aloha from Hawaii, Windsor, UK, Portugal, Bem-vindo, Carmen from Reading, Tipperary Island, Ireland. Sorry, Orland. I'm totally messing up.
Tipperary.
Yes, Tipperary. Thank you, Jess. Lebanon, Austin, Austria, Willkommen, Chicago, Atlanta from Vancouver. Jess is like, oh yes, British Columbia.
Yes, we're getting closer.
Awesome. 5 spot. And so thank you so much, everyone.
Cool. So this is great. Look, we love to see where you guys are tuning in from, but it also gives us like 1 or 2 minutes to let the last minute stragglers come in. But it's 2:02. I think we should just dive into this. I'm going to switch my screen. And
by the way, we're in New York City, which is why you can hear those sirens in the background.
Yes. And we're also live. So great. So you should see a beautiful website and then 2 familiar faces. We should be good. All right. So welcome to today's workshop. The full name is the 7 Steps to Launching Your Own Profitable Online Course. And I love doing this workshop and presenting it because it's not the kind of thing where I'm going to give you a couple of things that you maybe could try or some theories that we think maybe work. See, at Teachable, we have a bit of an unfair advantage because we have access to so much data from all of our schools, our top instructors. We've been able to really dive in to see what are the successful people doing on our platform? What do their launch strategies look like? How are they growing their audiences? And then taking that information, we've correlated it into this presentation so you can apply it to your course too. Now, this workshop is going to be perfect for you if you're a blogger, a creative, a freelancer, or maybe you're consulting, and you're looking to grow your audience and your credibility, or maybe monetize an audience that you already have, or maybe you're just looking to grow your business and just help a lot more people make an impact. Type into the chat, though, if you already have a school on Teachable, what is the name of it? And if not, what's like, do you have an idea for your course? Is there a topic? Because we have so many different topics. I mean, it's incredible seeing even what people are typing into the chat, but type into the chat now. All right, so as you're doing that, really quickly, so my big promise to you is that in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn everything that you need to know to create and launch a profitable online course. I am not holding anything back. I'm literally giving it to you step by step. But because of that, and I really want to ensure that you get the most out of this workshop, please take notes. Whether that's handwritten notes, you are on your phone as you're watching this, but really do, because we're going into a lot of content. So first, let's start off by talking about why. Why online courses? Why should you use them in your business? Why are they so impactful? And I guess the best way to do that is with a really quick story. So a few years ago, I was actually working as a web designer, and all of my work was one-on-one with clients. And one year, it was actually my grandma's 90th birthday. So all my friends and family decided that we should get together, fly back home to Canada, and throw this massive surprise party for her. So that's what we do. The balloons are out, the confetti is ready. I wake up the morning of her birthday, and I really quickly just check my emails, which is something we probably shouldn't do first thing in the morning, but I do it anyways. And I got one of the most dreaded emails I think anyone doing one-on-one work can get. And please type this in the chat if you are here now or you can relate to this feeling. I had a client that said, hey, Jess, we love our website, but there's just one or two small changes that we want done ASAP. And we all know what small changes mean. They're big changes. And I was stuck at home feeling so overwhelmed, so frustrated, while the rest of my friends and family were essentially partying it up with my 90-year-old grandma. And that is the pivotal moment. That was a pivotal moment for me when I realized that your time is valuable and it's limited. So this is where online courses come in. So there's quite a few reasons why they are so valuable, but reason number one is that you can make extra money. So we've seen people replace their full-time income, even all the way up to making over $1,000 a month just from their online courses. So I want you to have a think for you and what your goals are and type this into the chat. What do you want to make from your first course launch? So type in A if it's 500 to 1K per month, B 1K to 3K per month, all the way up to E 10K plus per month. And look, of course, everyone in a perfect world would love to be making over $10,000 on their first course launch. But I think just having even an extra $500 of income you did not have before that can make a difference. So looking in the chat, I'm seeing C's, B's, there's quite a big mix. Maggie says B to C. Being realistic with a full-time job. A, says Veronica. Yeah, I love it. All right, reason number two. So with an online course, you do the hard work up front. So it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. However, it is a digital product, which means that your course becomes an asset. So you don't have to recreate your product every single time you want to sell a copy because it's digital. You create it once, and then you can sell it over and over again, which makes it extremely high leverage. Reason number three. Now, the paparazzi will not be following you, but you do become this mini celebrity in your space because you gain credibility and grow this incredible community around what it is that you're teaching. So as an example, one of our earlier instructors on Teachable, she's grown her student base to over 80,000 people. So that's the equivalent of her standing in the middle of a Super Bowl football stadium, heyo, and the entire crowd of people knowing exactly who she is, and she's had some form of impact on their life. Reason number four, you get results pretty quickly. We've seen people get their first course sales in the first 1 to 2 weeks. And I mean, if you compare that to other ways that you can share your knowledge, like writing a book, that would take you at least 6 months to a year if you're really good, versus, online courses. We've seen people get results in 1 to 2 weeks, create their entire course in under 30 days. And then the fifth reason is you help a lot of people. You're no longer restricted to how many hours there are in a day. So from one product, you can now help tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people with your online course. So I'm curious now, out of those last 5 benefits, which is the most exciting for you? Which is the one where you're like, this is why I want to do online courses. This is what lights me up. This is why I really want to start diving in and getting results with this. Okay, now, maybe you care, maybe you don't. But I'm Jess, and I lead partnerships at Teachable. And to my left, ironically,
as you can tell, this is not a rehearsed, pre-recorded webinar.
Yeah, we did this intentionally.
Yeah, so that's not me over on the left. That's my colleague, Katie. But I'm Cameron. Nice to meet you. I lead our sales and account management. I'm super excited to chat with you guys today. But enjoy that picture of my coworker, Katie. She's awesome, okay?
Nice. And yet, looking in the chat here, it's great seeing what everyone's saying, why they want online courses to help people, passive income, helping folks. Oh, Veronica says, I care, Jess. That's nice to hear. Great. So as a team, we have watched over 20,000 course launches. We have access to the hard data for all of our schools. We have interviewed our top performing instructors. We've really picked their brains to solve their support issues. We've seen what works with course launches and really what doesn't and what flops. And we've come to one pretty incredible conclusion. But I need to know that you guys are still with me. Like, this is very exciting stuff. So I need your full attention. Type in the chat if you're here right now and let me know that you are ready for this. Cameron, you ready?
Jess, you know I'm ready and excited.
All right, drum roll. There is one tried and true tested method for building and launching your course. One. And out of the over 7,000 active teachers, the most successful ones have all been using essentially the same 7-step process, which I think is mind-boggling. And that's just what I'm going to be walking you through today. So let me know if that sounds good. And everyone's like, I'm ready, here and ready. Let's go. Okay, here is the 7 steps. I encourage you to take a screenshot of this because we are going to be going through this step by step. So step 1, we need to establish what your most profitable course idea is. This is very important. Then step 2 is setting your income goals. And I'm going to give you a formula on how to work backwards to actually achieving whatever the number is that you set. Step 3 is growing your course audience and your email list so you have people to actually sell your course to. Step 4 is pricing. How much should you charge? Step 5 will be creating your school. So live on this webinar, by the end of this workshop, you're going to have your school created. And then we'll talk about how to have a high converting sales page. 6 is creating and recording a course that people love. And then 7, which I think is a crowd favorite, is launching. And I'm giving you a step-by-step course marketing plan to follow. Okay, so there's only 3 categories of people, and pay very close attention to which one you fall under. And as we're going through it, if you see your group, type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. So group 1, you're excited, but you have no idea what you want your course to be about, and you just don't know where to start. 2, maybe you have an idea of what you want your course to be, but you just need help refining and really just tweaking that idea. And 3, you have a ton of ideas for your courses, and you really need to figure out, okay, what is going to be the most profitable course idea? Type into the chat 1, 2, or 3 to let me know. And I'm actually seeing a good mix of 2s and 3s, some 1s. Nice. Thanks for sharing, guys. So here's an example of one of our teachers. Her name is Angela Fair. And she started off making $2,000 a month. She's now making up to $8,000 just from her course sales. Now, Angela is an artist, and her courses, believe it or not, are in watercolor painting. So the reason why I'm showing you this example is, and I don't know about you, Cameron, you guys that are watching this now, but before I started doing online courses, I thought that to be successful, I had to have a topic that taught people how to make money. And if not, then they would not want to pay money for my course. But really, and we have seen the data to prove this, there are thousands of possible course topics that can be successful. We've seen things like the foundations of card magic, practical cartooning for technical folks. There is literally no industry that we've seen that cannot be successful. There's just a way to figure out what the profitable one is. So let's talk about that now. So I want you to have a think right now and type your ideas in as they're coming in. But what are you good at? What are you passionate about? You know, there are things that you're already interested in. And I know this seems very cliche and you're like, yeah, of course I know I'm going to do something that I'm passionate about. But a lot of people get stuck in this trap where they think it has to be something that they studied at school or that they're currently in a job in now. But if I think to one of my friends, her name's Jen, and she's very stylish. And I'm always asking her for fashion tips. Now, it's not because she has a degree in fashion styling. She doesn't do it as a job. It's just something she's just naturally good at and loves helping people with, and they get results. And I tell her that she should have a course on this. And so I want you to think about it for you. What is that thing that you're always talking to people about? You always want to share your advice or give feedback or really help people with. And type that into the chat. And if you see an idea that you resonate with, let that person know. Now, as you're going through it, there's a myth that comes up, and I love, love, love to debunk it, which is, you might be thinking, okay, Jess, I have a ton of things that I'm passionate about, but I don't feel like I have any ideas where I'm enough of an expert to sell an online course on that topic. Another way of saying it is imposter syndrome. Type into the chat if you've ever felt like that. But we really decided to see, what does expert actually mean? because it's one of those words where I think we associate something and everyone has their own definitions. But the dictionary definition is having or showing a special skill or knowledge because of what you have been taught or experienced. The key point in that, guys, is it says what you have been taught or have experienced. It does not say that you are the world's number one most knowledgeable person in a specific topic. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because when it comes to teaching an online course, you actually do not want to be the number one most knowledgeable, most experienced person. Now, the reason is, I want you to think back to when you were in school, or maybe you're in school now. Did you ever have a teacher that was very good and very smart and, could do what they were teaching so well, but when it came to actually explaining it, it was just a whole nother game? I know I had a math teacher that was like that. He was quite literally a genius, but when I would ask for help, even his explanations were way too far advanced for me to even grasp the concepts. So very quickly, I learned that if I turned to my friend who was just 2 steps ahead of me, she could actually break it down in terms that I could understand because she could relate to where I was. She knew the mistakes I was likely making, the hurdles that I was facing, but equally, she had the solution. So for you, on a topic that you want to teach your students, there is actually so much value in being just 2 steps ahead of them. And then the most important part of any online course is what we call the butterfly effect. And no, it has nothing to do with the movie. We really need to focus on what is the transformation you're providing your students. So what is the outcome that people can expect once they finish your course? Because no matter what you're teaching, no matter how beautiful your sales page looks or how professional you think your videos are, all that people care about and all that they want to spend money on is the transformation, the outcome, the result. So for example, Charlie Hohen has How to Land a Job You Love. Very clear. Jessica Sprague, our teacher who has 80,000 students, one of her courses is Learn How to Create Digital Scrapbooks in 30 days. So do you see how when you want to buy someone's course, just by that title and that transformation, you know exactly what to expect. Now I have a question, and type into the chat, true or false. We're going to test you here. Who here thinks that the more information you teach in your course, the more valuable your course is? True or false? Let me know. Cameron, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, for me, I actually think that the answer to this is false, because when you think about it, it's not so much the quantity of the information as it is the quality. Or as I like to say it, one moment of aha equals hours of blah, blah. So let me know in the chat what you think. I'm seeing people saying false, 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 false. Less is more, Monique says. I definitely agree. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for sharing.
Yeah, that's great. So you're absolutely right. Your course does not need to have a massive amount of information. I hope everyone just took a big sigh of relief here. A good online course, and the most successful ones, simplify things and cut through the information to what is actually important. Because no matter what you're teaching, we could go onto YouTube and Google right now, and we could figure out how to do whatever it is for free. But that would take us probably 10 times as long. We'd make so many mistakes, probably spend more money than we needed to if we had to buy equipment or gear or whatever it is that you're teaching. So really, your course and why people are paying money for your course is because they want a shortcut to an outcome. And there's actually more value in being able to simplify and aggregate and help people sort through the noise. Okay, so let us just recap here. To find your profitable course idea, maybe just jot this down if you haven't already. So first part of this, you need to write down those topics you're passionate about, skills that you have, jobs that you've done, experiences. Get a long list there. Then the second part is figuring out the outcome you're going to provide your students. So what is that transformation? What can they expect? And then the final part is you choose the most impactful transformation. Okay, so that was step one. We just finished how to come up with your most profitable course idea. I know you're probably thinking, what? That was just step one. That was so long. But this is intentional because, of course, I need to ensure you have a strong foundation to build off of, because without a good course idea, well, the rest probably isn't going to be as good. So now let's transition into step 2, which is setting your income goals and how to reach them. So the easiest way to launch your course is really to build a small but engaged email list. And this is of people who are genuinely interested in your topic. And then what you do is you launch your course to that list. But before you can launch your course and start making money, you need to understand that there is this quote unquote magic formula behind how you're actually going to make the money selling courses. And this is it. Write this down, take a screenshot. The formula that so many people forget or just choose not to use is this. We need to establish what your revenue goal is, and then to work backwards, we need to know how many subscribers you're going to need on your list, the conversion rate, and the conversion rate is the percentage of people that turn into paying customers, and then the price of your course. And don't worry, I'm going to come back to this. And when you have a list of fans who know, they like, they trust you, it is so much easier to hit your income goals and launch your course to them. All right, and I want to know where you guys are at right now. Who here already has an audience? Type into the chat and let me know. And if it's just like 20 people on Facebook, or you have an email list of 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, type into the chat. And if you're starting at 0, I would love it if you could type in 0. Yes, Brad just said Kevin Kelly, 1,000 True Fans for Super Success, 1,000%. That's such a great article. Very small list, 80, small but great, 100 following. Not email conversation, but I have 1,400 fans on my music page. Great. Yeah, so there's quite a range here from 0 to someone who's got 2,000 to 33,000 emails. Yeah, this is great. Okay, so look, the good news is that for this workshop, I'm going to assume you're starting at 0. And if you have an audience, you have a bit of an advantage. But the truth is that you can go from 0 to an audience of 500, even a few thousand people pretty quickly. And I mean, within 10 to 14 days, you just need to know the right things to do. So I'm going to come back to that. But first, let's talk about this formula. So we need to figure out how many people you need in your audience. And for the purpose of this example, I'm going to assume that your course is priced at like $200 to $300. This is a strategy, and I will explain in further detail in just a second why that is. But let's say that you wanted to make $5,000 from your course launch. So, we're going to say that your conversion rate is 2%, and 2% is actually an industry average. So it's considered good. I don't want you to overestimate how many people are going to convert into customers and be disappointed. So by 2%, we are going to put 0.02. Which means that working backwards, you would need 850 people on your email list to make $5,000. So if you've opened up a new tab and you're scrolling through your Facebook newsfeed, or you're looking at the news right now, I want you to come back to this workshop and really look at this slide. 850 people on your email list. That's 17 people in the entire World Wide Web that need to purchase your course to make $5,000. So you don't need to have hundreds of thousands, millions of people in your audience to start making money. And really, the truth is that everyone can do this, including you. So let's just talk about that. How are we going to grow your audience? How are we going to build your email list? And really, every successful course creator on Teachable has been doing it in the exact same way. I've yet to meet someone that is not doing this. So you need to give away free value, whether that is free content, a piece of your course, in exchange for someone's email address. And the best or possibly worst analogy that I have is, I want you to imagine right now, everyone just close your eyes, that you're walking down an aisle in one of your favorite grocery stores. I'm going to say Costco because I love Costco. Imagine someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, I'm selling this box of cookies. They're $20. Would you like to buy them?" Now, I love cookies, guys, but if someone said that to me, my first reaction would be, no, I've never tried them. I don't know if I like them. And $20 seems pretty expensive, even for New York. But I want you to imagine now that you're walking down an aisle in a grocery store and someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, I have these free samples of cookies. Would you like to try them?" Let's say you do, and it is the most delicious thing you have ever tasted. Now, do you think you are going to be more inclined to purchase the box of cookies? And the truth is yes. And this is the exact same concept for when it comes to building your email list and launching your course. We need to show the audience that you're building why it is that you are so helpful. Why it is that you can give a solution to their problems. And then once they see that, you're going to have people that are ready to buy your premium course once you launch. Now, we actually have 18 strategies that we use to grow an email list, and we share all of this in our flagship course. It's called The Profitable Teacher. It's a $348 course. However, I'm actually just going to give you 3 of those strategies right now. So let me know if that sounds good. Method 1 is the giveaway. Now, this is fantastic if you're just starting out because you can use a tool like KingSumo or Gleam.io, and we'll type those into the chat. And what happens is you use a service and someone enters your email address to be entered in the giveaway. But then, as soon as they're entered, they're prompted to share it on social media for 3 additional entries. And what you'll find is that your giveaway can start to go viral because everyone is sharing it because they want to get additional entries. It's a wonderful thing. The only thing I would say though with giveaways, with great power comes great responsibility. Do not make your prize something extravagant and it doesn't have to be this expensive, but let's just say an iPad. You do not want to do this because I guarantee you will get a ton of emails. You're going to get so many people sharing your giveaway. It's going to look like it's going so well. You're a success, but you're getting a bunch of people that are entering just because they want a free iPad, not necessarily because they're interested in the topic that you are teaching in your course. So the more specific your prize can be, the more that it would only appeal to your target audience, the better. Method 2 is the mini course. And this is probably one of my favorite strategies. Let's say that you have a premium course. It's called How to Plan a Trip to Italy. What you can do is take one of the modules from your course and give it away for free as part of a mini course. So it doesn't create any additional work. You have the content already created. And what happens is amazing. So you can instantly put hundreds, if not thousands, of happy students in your course. You start to build a great audience. You deliver a ton of value, but you can actually use those students' feedback for testimonials, and that can help you sell your premium paid course. Of course, you always want to be transparent with where you got the testimonials from and make sure you have their permission, but it's a really great way to also build credibility. And then you have an instant audience of people that are ready for your paid course. So going back to Miss Angela Furr, this is something that she does very well. So she's got courses or video tutorials on YouTube, which then lead to her free courses that she has on Teachable, which then prompts people who want to take it a step further, who want to really learn more advanced strategies or very specific things that she's teaching, then purchase her courses. And she's doing incredible things. She's getting incredible results by doing that. Method 3 is the webinar. So very similar or exactly to what you are watching right now, but webinars are such a great way to teach and help your audience. And if you don't want to be the only person on camera, other options could be you could host a summit, which would mean that you would interview other experts around the topic of your course. But the only thing I would say with webinars is you really do need to ensure that people are getting results regardless of if they purchase from you or not. So your webinar, not that I think anyone would do this, but your webinar is not a tool used just to push your product for an hour. Your webinar should be a tool to educate and help your audience. And then once you've built that genuine trust with them, then you're going to have people that are interested in what your course is about. So there's 18 strategies, but I've actually just given you guys 3. Who here thinks they can do one, maybe two of them? And I think everyone can, but type into the chat and please let me know, which one are you going to use? Let's have some accountability. Let me know which one you're going to try, and heck, add a date that you're going to do it. And then after you do this is over a 10 to 14 day period, you have your list. And then in the very last step, I'm going to show you how to launch your course to that list. And I am giving you an entire course marketing calendar to follow step by step. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go on to step 4, which is pricing. So type into the chat, who here is considering making a course that is going to be sold for less than $100? Type it in, let me know. Let me know even like the price point you're thinking. Let's see here. Oh, and everyone typing in which one they're putting it in. Oh, awesome. People are putting in dates as well. Lizzie says, I am. Roots and Branches for School says me. Maggie says, nope. Interesting. $97, $120. Looking for at 49. Is that pounds I see? So like what, $70, $80? No, what the currency is like right now. But okay, so all joking aside, what we have found, and this is especially true if you're just starting out, that the best way to hit your revenue target is to use premium pricing. So we call this the Rolls-Royce effect. We want people to look at your course like the Rolls-Royce of online courses. Rather than this, you get what you pay for, beat up secondhand car. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds fancy and everyone wants to be looked at like the Louis Vuitton of courses. Back to the data that we have, we actually scoured it to see, okay, what are our successful course creators charging? And the average price of our top 10 performing instructors on Teachable is $272. But I mean, we've seen some like well over 1,000. And this comes back to one other thing. When you use premium pricing, first, it's easier to hit your income goals because you don't have to make as many sales, but your students will actually get better results and they're just more fun to work with and easier. Now, the reason this happens is because your course wasn't an impulse buy. People had to consciously make a decision of, was it worth investing that amount of money in a product? And if they did, you can bet your bottom dollar they are going to go through it. They're going to take action, ask the right questions, get results. And then going back to your goals, let's say you wanted to make an extra $1,000 a month. If you charge $100, you only need to make 10 sales. And for the records, I would say $100 is considered premium price in certain industries. But also if you charge $500, you only need to make 2 sales. Let's bring it up even more. Let's say you charge $5,000 or you want to make $5,000 a month. If you charge $100, that's less than 2 sales per day, or $500, you only need to make 10 sales that entire month. So do you think that these goals are approachable? When we're breaking them up into these practical steps, let me know. I want to know if this is helping you or not. And finally, just for fun, on the count of 3, I want everyone to type into the chat, I will charge more! 3, 2, 1, and go. Not just because it's fun and it's cool to see everyone type the same thing all at once. It really comes down to you valuing your knowledge, you valuing the time that you've put into your course, and the results that you're offering people. So don't undervalue yourself because you feel like you have to make sales. Really know that you're worth it. And by doing this, you're going to get better results too. All right. So we just recapped step 4. We just finished step 4. Now let's move on to step 5, which is creating your school. So I want everyone to get their fingers ready because we're going to actually do this. It's going to be interactive. But first, let's just cover our top 5 things that you need when you put your course online. So first, you want it to be beautiful, right? But you should be able to accomplish this in less than an hour, and regardless of if you have technical expertise or not. 2, make sure you have your own domain name. Please make sure you have your own domain name. So that's like yourcourse.com or courses.yourwebsite.com. And the reason is that this is just, it looks professional, it boosts your credibility, and also it's just much easier for your potential customers to remember rather than your name dot someone else's website dot somethingweird.com / you get it. 3, make sure your course website is mobile optimized. So this means that if I were to go visit your course website on my phone, on a tablet, on a computer, each version of those websites should display nicely. 4, make sure you have total control over your students' data and emails. And I don't like to point fingers or say names, but this is simply how Teachable got started. Our CEO, Encore, he had courses on a course marketplace site. And one day he noticed that the amount of students that he had skyrocketed. So this is very exciting, of course, for any course creator to see. But when he went to looking at his revenue, he noticed that it wasn't changing. So he thinks, that's weird. He contacts this course marketplace site and they politely explain that, well, no, you're not making money because we're giving your course away for free as part of a promotion. And, that's fine. That's how their website works. They have full control to do that. But as an entrepreneur and a business owner, that doesn't put you in a very good position. So he decided to leave and make his own platform, which is what Teachable is now. But to make it even worse, he couldn't bring his students that he'd worked so hard to get onto his new platform because this website owned them too. So no matter the way that you decide to create your course, please promise me, please promise, you will ensure you have total control over your students' data and emails. And 5th, make sure you can accept payments on day 1. Now, I'm going to let you in on a probably not very little secret. Everything I've just listed, you can do on Teachable. But I'm not just saying that, let's just get one quick win right now. Let's actually build your school. Let's just get it done so you have it there. You can see how easy it is. And Cameron's going to show you how. And once you are done that, please type in done in the chat too so we can see how many people are taking action.
All right, guys. So again, if you already have a Teachable school, this is where you can sit back, relax, have a cup of tea. And if you don't have a Teachable school yet, again, follow alongside me and then type done in the chat when you're done. Again, just follow alongside me, then type done in the chat when you're done. So the first step, believe it or not, is just going to teachable.com. Now I'm just going to click the big orange Get Started button. And from here, I just put in my name, Cameron Mattis. And you can find me on Instagram at Cameron Mattis. And my email address is Cameron7steps. And today is 20618@teachable.com. Now I'm just going to put in a super secret password. I can't tell you what that is. I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to agree to our terms of use and privacy policy, which make it clear that you own all your students, your content, and your pricing 100%. Now, finally, I'm just going to name my school. Okay, you can change all of this down the line. So I'm just going to do something boring here, like Cameron 7 Steps, day 20618. I click create new school, and that's it. Now, if you've been on the internet for a while, you know that back in the day, if you wanted to build something like this, well, first you had to buy a domain name. Then you had to buy web hosting. Then you had to build a site and code it on your computer, then use FTP to upload it to the index. But luckily those days are over because with Teachable, you fill out that form and you're done. We walk you through everything you need to do next, from creating a course, customizing the look and feel, to setting up your domain name. So again, if you just did that alongside me, type done in the chat. Thanks again so much for all your time and attention.
Great. I love that. We should have timed that. I think that, took you 30 seconds? All right. So now that we have your school, we need to talk about sales pages because, it's one thing to have a beautiful school. We need to have a sales page that converts to get you students. So we found out there's actually 6 things that you need for a high converting sales page. So if there's ever a time to take notes, now is the time. So we've got our title and our subdescription. But your title, it's very important that you don't try to come up with a very clever title, something that just sounds really cool or it rhymes. The most important thing is that it's clear on what the transformation is. So someone should be able to look at this right now and instantly know, based off of your title and your subdescription, what they're going to get at the end of your course. Then, if you can see it below the title and subdescription, there's a watch promo button. If you were to click on that, a video pops up. And I know this example, the video is professionally filmed, but I can say with full confidence, it does not need to be. The most important part, though, is that you have some form of a video or like audio with maybe like a layover of an image or something. So people can see who is behind the course. They can see that there's actually a real person behind it. Then we've got our description. And you don't want to focus on just listing out everything that people are going to get. Again, focus on the transformation. What are people going to get at the end of each section or module? And then you can also share a story as to why it is you really do understand where your potential student or customer is, and equally, why does it you have the solution? Next, we have testimonials. So it's one thing for you to say how amazing you are and how great your course is. It's another for someone who's gone through your program, who's worked with you, who likely has very similar pain points to what your potential customers are facing, but they got results from working with you. And depending on the nature of your work, try to get photos of the people too. It just makes it much more relatable. And then finally, and this is one of the most important ones, offer a payment plan. So you can have your, pay in full or split it up over 3 payments, for maybe make it a little bit more in each installment. Now, because you're going to be using premium pricing for your course, that also means that not everyone is going to be able to probably pay for it all in one go. So rather than discounting and devaluing the price and the value of your course, just make it easily accessible for more people by doing that payment plan. So, why should you be so excited? I'm sure you already guessed this, but that entire sales page that I just showed you, like everything with the video, the watch promo button, that was generated literally in minutes with Teachable. And really, our sales page editor is like a fill in the blank template. You can customize it as little or as much as you want. And your sales page is where you're going to send everyone once you start promoting your course. Okay, you can't see me. I am actually giving you a virtual high five to my screen because we're through the first 5 steps. You're doing awesome. I hope you're getting a lot of value from this. You're learning a lot. But let's just recap because, we've covered a lot. So the first thing we talked about was coming up with your profitable course idea. Step 2 was setting your income goals. 3 was growing your course audience and your email list. 4 is pricing. You said you were going to charge more. 5 is creating your school and then a high converting sales page. 6 is how to create and record your course, right? How are you going to make your videos? How are people going to see the outline and the structure? And then finally, 7 is launching. Now, I know when it comes to making the content, you're probably thinking, that sounds like a lot of work. Be honest, let me know in the chat if that's what you're thinking. However, the good news is that it's not that hard. And I'm going to show you the easiest way to create your course content, which is we need to create a course outline. So we really need to look and see what does someone need to do step by step to get the desired outcome that your course provides. So for example, if you're teaching someone how to lose 10 pounds in 30 days, what does someone need to do every single day or every single week to get that desired outcome? And then each step in your outline becomes a section. Now, keep it to 6 to 12 sections, nothing more. And then in each section, that's where you put your video lecture. So to create your videos or your content, really the easiest way to do it is to use PowerPoint or Keynote. PowerPoint if you're on a PC, Keynote if you're on a Mac, and you can create slides and then use a software or a tool like ScreenFlow or QuickTime if you're on a Mac, or Camtasia if you're using a PC. And what will happen is you can use those tools to record your screen, meaning it will record the PowerPoint or Keynote presentation. And then you can go through and talk through it, and it will record your audio. And then once you're done, you can just export it and you have your video. So no crazy editing required. But if you don't want to do that, other content ideas could be interviews with experts, cheat sheets, there's case studies, supporting materials, toolkits. The biggest takeaway that I hope you get, though, is that it does not need to be expensive or complicated. All right. Now, who is ready to get into the fun stuff and talk about launching your course? This is personally my favorite step, and I think a lot of your favorite steps that you've been waiting for. But for us to get to the final step, to unlock the final level of this workshop, type in heck yes into the chat. Let me know. I can see everyone that is live right now. I need every single one of you that's watching this to type in the chat. Let me know that you're ready. Cameron, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. All right. Here it is. Step 7, the launch. So if you remember way back in step 3, I showed you guys how to build your email list. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to launch your course to that list of new raving fans. And experimentation, it's great, but sometimes I think it's better just to follow a proven plan that's been tried and tested and works. So I'm just going to give you a simple but extremely effective launch calendar, which is, now I hope you have your pens ready. This is very important. The easiest way to make money with a course is to do it in 2 steps over a 30-day period. Okay, so 2 steps, you break it up in half over 30 days. So first, we need to build a small initial email list. So everything that I talked about in step 3. And you do this for 1 to 2 weeks. And then you launch your course the following 1 to 2 weeks. And for your first launch, guys, keep it small. Like you can make an extra 5, even 10K or more just by launching to a small list of even a few hundred people. So here it is. This is what we call the education phase. So this is where you're delivering that free content, whether that is blog posts, you're doing the mini course, the giveaway, you're running workshops and webinars. And then at the end of this phase, people are going to know that you can help them because, well, you have. They're going to want your course because now you started to generate a demand for it, and they trust you. They trust you because you've earned it. There's no sneaky marketing here. For 8 days straight, you have to give nothing but pure value. And regardless of if people purchase from you or not, I know I say this all the time, but it's important for them to get results. That's how you build the trust. Then you're going to have 500, 1,000, maybe more people. And then of which a small percentage of those people are going to be ready for your paid course. And that is when we transition into the sales phase. So this is our 8-day launch phase. We jokingly call it our crazy 8 launch because for 8 emails you're sending, or for 8 days rather, you're sending out 8 emails. But you're not going to go crazy because I'm just going to tell you right now what to put into them. So here it is. So on day 1, you send out a course teaser. So mention that you'll be launching a course, but people can't join yet. This is almost like to build buzz. Day 2, you talk about what is in the course, what sections are included, what is the outcome, the transformation. Day 3 is where your course is now officially open for enrollment. And I mean, this is where you're like, guys, I'm so excited. You can now join my blank course. Day 4, answer FAQs, the question of, is this course right for me? Day 5, add in a surprise bonus. So you can say, hey, everyone, just so you know, now if you join my course, you're now going to get access to this amazing offer, this amazing bonus. Day 6 is where you'll send a thank you email. So you're going to thank everyone that joined your course, but this is going to go out to your entire list, and it serves as a purpose to be social proof. So you can add in some testimonials, results that people are getting. Day 7 is where you make a logical argument. So be very honest here. Say, look, my course isn't for everyone, but it is for you if, and then explain why. And then day 8 is where you say enrollment is closing. You can send an extra 1 to 2 emails, but this is a last chance for people to sign up. So I know that was a lot, so let's just overview this. This is what the launch calendar looks like. Now, if you want, you can add in an extra webinar on day 13 or day 16, but just know that the money will typically come in spurts throughout this entire launch. The first day, you'll see that you make sales because those are the people that were action takers. They're the ones that were waiting on the edge of their seats just for you to say, hey, my course is open. But expect the sales to drop. And, you might see a spike if you decide to do a webinar on one of those days, but the most sales that you'll get is at the very last day. I don't know why this is consistent. I guess it's just human nature to procrastinate, or, people are busy and they forget. But that's why it's also very important to add in an extra 1 to 2 emails. Okay, so I just want to share with you a testimonial from Lee. And I'm sharing this testimonial because Lee was on this workshop that you just watched. He was on another one of these. He took incredible notes. He applied every single thing I just shared with you. And he ended up getting his list to 1,400 people. And then he had a final sign up of 244 people that joined his course. Now, look, that's an incredible conversion rate. I'm not saying that you should expect that. But what I am showing you is that when you take action on everything I just shared with you, everything you just learned for the past hour, you're going to get results. All right, guys, we did it. Those were the entire 7 steps. We're going to get into Q&A in just a second. But really, first, I want to know, what was your biggest takeaway? What was the thing that you learned that is going to be helpful for you, or you had an aha moment, or you just got excited about something? Even if it's just the chat, I don't know, but type into the chat and let me know where you're at, what you got from this. And Pam says, thanks. Awesome guy. Okay, interesting. Wow. Okay, seen some pretty great takeaways here. Maggie says,
people
awesome.
People are talking about the 8-day email sequence, how that was interesting. The launch phase. People are always talking about pricing here, about how this is the first time they had really thought about the premium pricing. Valencia says the process. Sandra O says biggest takeaway is adding a video introduction.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you so much, everyone.
Great. So a lot of great takeaways, but really the one takeaway that I hope every single one of you that is watching this right now gets is that you can do this. The people that are successful on our platform are not people that have always been doing it for years and have tens of thousands of millions of people on their email list. They're everyday people that, like Lee, just took detailed notes, took action on the stuff that I just taught you and got results. But look, if you're new to this, you're probably feeling a little bit like this photo, just information overload. You're like, I get that this is going to work, but what was step 2 again? What was step 1? So if that is you, and I totally relate to that, how many of you want me just to get rid of that overwhelm and just give you our exact easy to follow process for launching your course? Just step by step, holding your hand through it. If that is you, please type in the chat and let me know. Because as I mentioned earlier, to create a successful online course, you need 2 things. You need the proven plan to follow. So you need the strategy, the how you're actually going to launch and make sales and get students. But then you also need the technology, right? How you're actually going to host your course, how you're going to build it. And because of that, today we've actually combined 2 very helpful things. And if you want to figure out a course topic that people are going to love, you want to become more well-known in your space, increase your credibility, you want to grow your income, but in a more scalable way. And you want to help a lot of people and just build this incredible community around yourself and what you're doing, and you want to do this and get results in the next 30 days, then this teachable bundle is going to be specifically for you. So here's everything you're going to get today. First of all, you're getting our professional plan. This is hands down our most popular plan, and everything that you get with it. You get unlimited courses and students. You have a custom domain. You can track the progress of your students. There's full e-commerce to accept payments. There's email marketing, no transaction fees, instant payouts. So no matter how much money you make on our platform, on the professional plan, 0% transaction fees. And plus, you also on the professional plan get access to advanced marketing functions or features like our one-click upsell. And for customer service, you have live chat. So you can talk to someone and get your questions answered live in chat. And then once you have the number 1 software to deliver your online course, well, you probably want that step-by-step plan, right? How to actually create and launch your course. And this is where I'm so excited to say we are including our Profitable Teacher course. It's a $348 value, and it's everything that you need, everything that we covered today, but in so much more depth to really create and launch a successful course. And we're giving you our step-by-step course marketing plan. There's our 30-day course launch calendar that is proven. Plus, you'll get course marketing calendars, checklists, templates, downloads, literally everything that you need. We have thought of it, and then we take you step by step through it. And then after you go through that program, you'll have successfully created your first profitable online course, and you'll have real students and real revenue. Now, on top of that, we're including our course creation workshop series. So this is 12 workshops that we have from incredible entrepreneurs like Mariah Cause, who shows you how to have your first $5,000 launch. And then her second workshop shows you how to choose an irresistible course topic. Melissa Griffin talks about how to put together a high converting sales funnel. Caleb Wojcik shows you how to create beautiful videos for your course. Sean McCabe shows you how to grow your business with writing. Plus, there's actually 6 more workshops on top of that to really help you hone in and grow your business. And then on the professional plan, you might recognize that familiar face. You're going to get access to 8 weeks of our live group coaching calls. So this is great because this is live with a teachable expert where you can ask any questions that you have. You can share your screen. You can show what your progress is. If there's very specific questions, you can ask them. And the best part is that everything that I've just shared, you can go through it at your own pace. Even the coaching calls, you decide when you want to start them. And that way it fits into your schedule. Because look, I know life is busy. All that I need from you though is watch the videos, do the action items that we tell you, ask questions, because I've seen this time and time again. If you take action on this, so you actually put in the work, I can see you're going to get results. And you're getting the exact software that thousands of Teachables instructors have used to grow their online course business. So everything that you're getting today, just by joining our professional plan, which is valued at $99, you're going to get our flagship program, The Profitable Teacher, our course creation workshop series, plus 8 weeks of live group coaching. It's a value of over $900. But guess what? If you upgrade to our professional plan, it's $99 a month. You can cancel at any time. You're not locked in. We're actually going to give you the full course, all of those bonuses, including the group coaching calls, as a gift. Now, if you're like, this is exactly what I need, I am ready to take the next step, but you're not quite ready for the professional plan, today, if you upgrade to our basic plan, which is actually $39 a month, you can cancel at any time. We've decided to give you all those bonuses except for the live coaching calls. So the basic plan has most of the awesome features you need. You still have unlimited courses and students. You can still integrate a custom domain. The big difference, though, is that there's a 5% transaction fee when you make sales, and you don't get access to live chat or our one-click upsell feature. So the basic plan is a better fit if you're not planning on launching for another 6 months to a year. Now, here's what I want you to do. If this is the right fit for you and you're excited and you're like, yes, just sign me up, click the buy now button above this video. And one other thing. So this offer, we are including a lot of really helpful resources to help you get results. And that is very important to us. So we have actually offered a 100% money back guarantee. So you can take 30 days to go through everything. You can set up your school. You can download everything. And we're doing this so you can really see if Teachable is the best fit for you. And if for whatever reason it's not, if by the end of that 30 days you're like, look, it's just not for me, let me know and we'll give you a full refund. There's no questions asked. It's 100% risk-free. But there's actually one other thing, and it gets better. There's a bonus that I'm offering, but only to you watching this live. So I'm sorry if you're watching the replay, does not apply. If you upgrade before we finish today, you're going to get our private Rolodex for online course resources. So this is the exact list of people that we use when we need help. You cannot get access to this in any other place. And both the basic and professional plan upgrades will get access to it. So everything you're getting, I'm not going to read through all of this because there is a lot, but just by upgrading to our professional plan, you get all these bonuses, 8 weeks of group coaching calls, and a private Rolodex of online course resources that is a value of over $1,000. And just a quick note, guys, those values, when we say it's valued at $199, $300, you can go into our website after and purchase those things separately. So they're not made up valuations. That's actually what we sell them for, but we are offering it in this bundle for free. And a testimonial from Fiona. I love it. She says, after 2 weeks of relentless periscoping, a free workshop, tweeting, and marketing, she closed registration to her first course on Teachable, 40 paid students at $97 a student. Alan Perlman, in less than 72 hours, had already made over $6,000 in sales. And fun fact, his course is on how to fly a drone. So when I say that you can be successful in very different niches, we mean it. Okay, so we're gonna get into the Q&A in just a second, but what I want you to do next, please type into the chat and let me know if you've upgraded, because, well, the bonuses we're offering are not available on our main website, so we wanna make sure that we can get them to you ASAP as soon as you upgrade. And you can do that by clicking the Buy Now button above this video. Now, if you want to upgrade a pre-existing school, it's no problem. So if you already have an account with Teachable, click the button above, choose a plan that is the right fit for you. But then rather than recreating your account, at the top right of the screen, so the top right, you'll see Login. Click that and log in, and then you'll instantly be able to upgrade. And then once you do, you'll receive an email from us to access all of those bonuses. So you're also probably thinking, this sounds awesome. Why is the offer so great? What's the catch? And the truth is that we do this and we can do this because, well, we're a software company. So we're not in a business to sell courses. But what's interesting is when we first started as a company, 30% of our revenue did in fact come from selling the Profitable Teacher in these courses. But what we noticed, because we follow our data and we look at who our top performing instructors are, and the people that were successful in our platform were ironically the people that had gone through these courses. And the reason is obviously that when you know how to launch a course successfully, when you know the proper strategies and you have the right tactics to use, you're going to get results. But what we found was that the people that were getting results and were making money on our platform had money to pay Teachable longer, and they stay with Teachable longer. So as a business, it just makes the most sense for us to ensure that our customers are actually going to be successful. So that's why we do it, and that's why we give you all those bonuses. And then if you need assistance once you're in, we are here to help. We've got our customer care team literally standing by. So on that note, thank you guys for being here. I hope you got results. Let's start to the Q&A.
All right, guys, we are still live. We're still here. So ask us all your questions and we are here to get those answered for you. All right, so looking in the chat here, Lucretia said, I can't decide to upgrade from free to basic pro until I know which plan will allow me to offer flexible payment. So Lucretia, you can set flexible payments on on all of our plans, but on the free and basic plans, we just take a much higher cut of those. Brad, if you upgrade to basic, you'll get all the bonuses except you will not get those group coaching calls. Tim, what is the coupon code number? Tim, you do not need to enter any coupon code. We'll track it automatically. The coupon code field is not something that you need to worry about unless you already have a coupon. Roots and branches have to go. Can I listen to this again? You'll get a replay automatically via email. Lizzie says, okay, upgrade to basic. Had enough for that. Lizzie, great to have you. Virtual high five, real high five. So there's a question earlier. Okay. There was a good question. I want all the bonuses, but I need to see the features of basic versus pro first, so I can't make a decision this minute. So in general, the pro version has the best price to performance ratio. It's not that much more expensive than the basic version, and it has almost all the features of the $300 version. Now, in terms of what the basic doesn't have, on the pro plan, you can have multiple people contribute to your site. Like you can have up to 5 people. The basic, that's not the case. The pro plan allows you to get paid instantly with no transaction fees. With basic, we pay you out every 30 days, and we have more, and we have a much higher transaction fee. Hi from Windsor, UK. Please can you start discussing PayPal payments? Just to be clear, your students can pay you via PayPal when they buy courses. Also, by the way, thanks to Brad and Paul and Lizzie, virtual high fives and real high fives. So Windsor, UK, just to be clear, your students can pay you with PayPal when they buy courses. You just can't pay us via PayPal for the monthly Teachable plan. We don't accept that. Our plan is our backend for our plans are entirely based around Stripe, PayPal is terrible. We're not going to touch that. So unfortunately, you cannot pay for Teachable with PayPal. All Systems Go says payments. Does it go through Teachable or me directly? So on the Pro plan, you can do either. You can process it for you and then pay you out every 30 days. But if you don't want to do that, you can just link your own payment gateways. You link your Stripe account and your PayPal account. Barbara, all the prices are per month at a one-time purchase. Barbara, that's correct. If you'd like, you can switch to an annual plan where you save some money in exchange for an annual commitment. Yes, we're a software as a service company. So we provide a service to you, which is software, and you pay us a monthly fee for that. Doc, how do I know if my Pro upgrade went through? I went to my account, but don't know if it was accomplished. Pro plan. Doc, if you drop the email associated with your school in the chat, just drop in the chat the email that you used to upgrade. I can check that for you. Monthly subscriptions, memberships, those are features of all plans. Sangeeta, how do I upgrade after I log in? Sangeeta, just click the button above to select your plan. Select the button above to select your plan. And then on the next screen, just click the login button. Actually, I'll just share my screen with you. So here I am. I'm in this webinar and I want to upgrade to Pro. So I click the upgrade to Pro button. And then since I already have an account, I click login up here. And then I just log into my school. And this should take me straight to the upgrade screen once I log in, okay? All right, now back to the chat. Doc, I'll check that email for you.
Lily says, oh yeah, I've got my bonuses. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, all systems go. What happens if Teachable doesn't someone pay for 1 month of a membership? So if someone misses a payment, first of all, we send you an email and we send them an email and we try a couple of times. So we try again after 1 day, again after 3 days, and again after 5 days. We send you an email each time we try, and it fails. And if it fails at the end of those 4 times, we cancel their subscription and remove them from the course automatically. Okay, so we take care of all of the dunning, all of the billing. It's all done on the back end. I'm just looking you up here, Doc. Just taking a look at our back end. Okay, Lamp U. Yes, Doc, I can see that you are on the professional plan. You are on the professional plan. You've been on the professional plan since January. Nice. Okay, so Dino says, what is Zapier? How does it work? So Dino, Zapier is a tool that you can use to automate things. So you can set up like triggers, and those triggers, when those happen, make actions happen. Okay, so you can set it up so like when someone signs up for this course, then add them to your email list, etc. Okay, Sandra from Ohio, I'm having trouble upgrading, keep sending my page. Okay, so if anyone is just being brought to like their main school page, like if you're being brought to the dashboard of your school, you can upgrade like this. Just click the settings icon on the lower left, and then click plan. So settings icon on the lower left, it's a little gear, and then click plan, and you'll be brought to the place where you can upgrade your plan. Okay. All systems go. So once someone has access to a course, they have access for life. How do you prevent them from sharing it? So all systems go. People get scared of this a lot. I'm sorry if I'm sounding irritated here, but I get this question all the time, and people are terrified of it. Like, what if someone logs in, steals my credentials, sends it to a bazillion people, and I never make any money? So look, first of all, let me say one rule, which I strongly recommend you live by. If you're spending more of your time figuring out how to keep people out of your course, that means you're spending a lot less time trying to figure out how to get people into your course. That should be the main thing that you're focused on, not trying to like figure out, oh, how can I keep it so that like this guy can't share my course with his friend? That is not where you're losing sales from. Okay, you're losing sales because you're not marketing enough, not distributing your course enough, etc. Now, to that point, after all of this, we find, after again looking at all the data of our tens of thousands of schools, this happens really, really rarely. Like I can count on my 2 hands the number of times I've seen this happen over the past 2+ years that I've been here, okay? If you really want to mitigate this, and this is your chief concern, again, which it should not be, this really should not be anyone's chief concern. Hollywood spent tens of millions of dollars trying to fix this, and they just gave up because you can't fix it. It's impossible. But in any case, If this really is your chief concern, then don't sell your courses for one-time prices. Sell it on a monthly subscription, an annual subscription. Sell it for something where if someone wants to keep accessing it, they need to keep on paying you. So listen, if that's your chief objection, then just set everything up as subscriptions. But I'll tell you, that's going to make your course harder to sell. If you, instead of getting, you paying one time to get access forever, you say, oh, you just keep on paying me monthly, as long as you want to. Okay, that's much less appealing. It makes it harder. And I'm not going to guarantee this because I can't guarantee anything, but I would strongly suspect that you would lose out on more money by trying to have some like austere pricing scheme of subscriptions to like lock people out, versus if you just did standard one-time pricing and stopped worrying about this.
Just to be clear though, memberships do work, but it's like if you're creating new content every month, that's different to just having one course like you're saying.
Yeah. Leanne, you should be able to do this for 48 hours. So Rod says, do you have integrations for ConvertKit? Rod, we do. Most people integrate with them via Zapier, but we also have a native ConvertKit integration as well. Sandra was able to upgrade a basic. Awesome, Sandra. Virtual high five, real high five. Awesome to go says, can we retire courses? Sure, absolutely. Go for it. You can unpublish your courses whenever you want. You can get rid of your content whenever you want. Just make sure you're actually disclosing this to your audience. You're not promising anything you're not delivering. And think very carefully about whether this will actually end up making you more money, which is at the end of the day, the most important thing. G says, I have the old free plan. I'm really interested in basic plan. If a refund is needed, do I lose my free plan? No, we have a forever free plan with limited features and stuff like that. And you can drop down to it any time. Sangeeta, does Teachable offer a webinar platform? If not, which do you recommend? So Sangeeta, I'm going to drop you a link in the chat about how to do a live webinar on Teachable. And then Mina, you want to answer Lizzie's question about domains?
Lizzie says, do I need to buy a different domain to my website or attach this to my website? You don't need to. I mean, it's better to have your own domain just because it looks professional. That's kind of what we talked about. But you do get like a .teachable domain by default. So it'd be like yourschool.teachable.com. But if you want to have your own domain or you want to get a new one, you'd have to go to like GoDaddy.com or wherever. You'd have to go to like GoDaddy and get your own domain and then just like bring it over to Teachable or like redirect it. But you'll have a default like yourschool.teachable.com.
All right. So Yo-Yo What's Up says, is there a way for us to have an opt-in page for our courses, like for the freebie course? So when someone signs up for your course, you get their email. You don't have to set up any special opt-in page. When someone signs up for your free course, you get their email. It's as easy as that. It goes into Teachable, and you can move it to your mail server or anything like that. All Systems Go, what is the process of transferring the domain over to Teachable? So All Systems Go, we have a detailed knowledge-based article about this. If you just go to support.teachable.com and search for domain, got so many articles about this. You can read till the end of your days about all the fun stuff that happens with domains. Pam would like a link to the webinar also. Okay, I'll drop in this support link again. So click on that, or rather copy and paste that because it's not a clickable link, but copy and paste that article into your browser and check out the support article there.
Any other questions?
So Lizzie, I have a site ready. Want to make my Teachable as part of that. So Lizzie, you set it up. Most people set it up as a subdomain. So instead of like mydomain.com/course, it would be like courses.mydomain.com. Okay, so that Teachable can't live at what you're saying there. Like what you just said, mydomain.com/course. That's what we call a directory. That way you see that slash in it. That's a directory. Teachable can't live in a directory, but you can set it up as a subdomain. So again, not mydomain.com/course, but rather course.mydomain.com. Hope that makes sense, Lizzie. All right, and we only have 1 minute left. We only have 1 minute left. So we'll just take a few last minute questions here before we wrap this up. Any last minute questions? We got one more question in there. G says, thanks, great job, guys. Just what I need. I already researched your competitors. I'm ready to upgrade to Teachable. Awesome. Thanks, virtual high five, a real high five. Suda, can you help me understand what it'll cost for $1,000 of students to use between basic and pro? Um,
$50 on basic.
yeah, that would cost you.
Well, 0% on the professional
You
plan.
yeah, on the pro plan, if you link your own gateways, you would be paying us 0. Yeah, over our gateway, you'd be saving $30 by upgrading to pro, I believe. Michael's subdomain is available on basic. Yes. All systems go. You don't need Square Wix to have a course. Yes, that's correct. There, you said you have 48 hours to commit. Yes, you'll get an automatic email after this, and it'll have like links to upgrade later on. And that is time for us to wrap this up. Now, all systems go. You do not need a separate site. My courses are actually selling. That you're stoked. Awesome. Says yo, what's up? That's great. Suda is upgraded to basic now. Awesome, everyone.
Our final virtual high five.
Final virtual high fives and real high fives. So we do have to end by thanking everyone for joining us here today. Because at the end of the day, there are a lot of people out there interested in courses, but not many people who actually take the time to build them. And you guys did. So on behalf of myself
and Jess
and everyone else here at Teachable.com, thank you so much, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
See you soon.
Bye-bye now.